The massive research station hung silent against the starlit backdrop, its metallic surface reflecting the distant pinpricks of cosmic light. Dr. J. Park stood motionless, his dark eyes fixed on the approaching alien vessel. Something about today felt different. The Corellian diplomatic ship moved with an almost elegant precision, its crystalline hull catching the station's artificial lighting. Communication systems hummed with an underlying tension that even the most seasoned space researchers could feel. Jay knew humanity was about to change forever. His team of researchers had prepared for years, but nothing could truly prepare them for first contact. 3 decades of genetic research, countless hours of studying human biological adaptations, and now the moment had arrived. The alien vessel docked smoothly, its outer membrane shifting like liquid metal. Jay could see shadows moving behind the translucent hull, beings from a world thousands of light years away, with biology completely different from human understanding. A soft hissing sound marked the airlock's opening. 3 Corellian representatives emerged, tall, almost transparent creatures with intricate neural networks visible through their crystalline skin. They moved with calculated grace, each step precise and measured. The lead diplomat, identified by a subtle glimmer of blue across its central nervous system, approached Jay. No words were spoken. Instead, a complex series of light pulses communicated their initial greeting. Jay remained calm. His team had trained extensively in xenocommunication protocols. He understood that first impressions would determine humanity's future relationship. With this advanced civilization, a holographic interface emerged between them, displaying complex molecular structures. The Corellians were clearly interested in human biological composition, particularly something they found puzzling about human interaction with water. Water. Such a simple compound, yet apparently so mysterious to these advanced beings. The lead diplomat projected a series of scientific readings. Jay recognized them as cellular analysis charts, showing human immune responses. Something in human biology was generating intense curiosity. One researcher from the alien delegation approached, a small water container. Her movements were cautious, almost fearful. She seemed almost mystified by the liquid's presence. Jay understood their confusion. Humans had evolved remarkable water-related adaptations that seemed impossible to most galactic species. Their ability to process, filter, and survive in water environments was unique. The station's environmental systems maintained a neutral atmosphere. Technological sensors recorded every microscopic interaction, every subtle movement between humans and alien visitors. Minutes turned into hours. The Corellians continued their silent observations, their neural networks processing information at speeds incomprehensible to human perception. They were studying something fundamental about human existence. Jay noticed how the alien researchers repeatedly returned to water-related data. They would examine a water sample, then look at human physiological charts, then return to the sample. Their behavior suggested profound bewilderment. Subtle communications passed between the alien delegation. Light patterns shifted across their crystalline bodies, a language of color and movement that spoke volumes without a single spoken word. The station's artificial gravity maintained perfect equilibrium. Outside, stars continued their eternal dance, unaware of the momentous interaction happening within this small human research facility. Something unexpected happened. The lead Corellian diplomat extended a translucent appendage towards a water container. Instead of the anticipated caution, there was now a sense of genuine scientific curiosity. Jay understood this was more than a diplomatic meeting. This was a moment of genuine scientific revelation. Humanity's unique biological capabilities were about to be introduced to a galactic community that knew nothing about their extraordinary adaptations. The water remained still, reflecting the alien and human faces above it. A simple liquid. A complex mystery. The beginning of a relationship that would change everything. As hours passed, the initial tension transformed into something else. Curiosity, respect. A shared desire to understand the fundamental mysteries of biological existence. No dramatic speeches were made. No grand declarations issued, just silent, intense scientific observation. The first encounter had begun, and nothing would ever be the same. Dr. Hana Kim stared at the holographic data spinning slowly before her eyes. Rows of complex molecular structures danced with soft blue light, revealing something extraordinary about human biology that no one had previously understood. The research complex buzzed with quiet excitement. Alien scientists from multiple planetary systems watched her work, their crystalline bodies reflecting the soft laboratory lights. Something unprecedented was happening. Water samples collected from various human subjects showed remarkable properties. Normal pathogens that would devastate other biological systems simply died upon contact with human cellular structures. It wasn't just an immune response, it was something entirely different. Hana's fingers moved across holographic interfaces, isolating specific genetic markers. Each movement revealed another layer of human biological complexity. The Corellian research team watched in absolute silence, their neural networks processing information at incredible speeds. Adaptive hydration, she muttered, more to herself than anyone else. The phrase seemed simple, but its implications were massive. Human cells demonstrated an ability to instantly recognize and neutralize water-based threats. Where other species required complex medical interventions, humans could process contaminated water without any external assistance. Their biological systems worked like living, intelligent filters. A senior Corellian researcher approached, his translucent body shifting, colors with increasing intensity. His communication was a series of light pulses that suggested both excitement and profound confusion. The research complex was designed to handle multiple environmental conditions. Sealed chambers allowed scientists to experiment with different water compositions, testing human biological responses. Each test revealed something more surprising than the last. Molecular scanners tracked every microscopic interaction. Proteins in human blood seemed to have evolved unique capabilities that allowed instant pathogen destruction. It wasn't just defense. It was active, intelligent management of cellular environments. Hana remembered the initial reports from the first contact mission. The alien diplomatic team had been utterly bewildered by human-water interactions. Now, in this sterile research environment, they were witnessing why. Water samples that would kill most known biological entities simply became harmless when processed through human cellular systems. The adaptability was almost like an advanced, technological system, except it was purely biological. The Corellian lead researcher projected a complex diagram showing comparative biological responses. Human systems appeared like an intricate, self-repairing network. Other species looked primitive by comparison. "Remarkable," whispered one alien researcher, the translation systems converting the light-based communication into audible language. Hours passed. Experiments continued. Each test revealed another layer of human biological marvel. The water immunity wasn't just a defensive mechanism. It was an intelligent, adaptive system that could modify itself instantaneously. Genetic markers suggested this capability had evolved over thousands of years. Humans had developed these abilities through complex environmental interactions, adapting to diverse planetary conditions long before space exploration. The research team worked without breaks. Technological interfaces captured every microscopic detail. Alien scientists collaborated, their advanced scanning technologies complementing human research methods. Hana noticed how the alien researchers moved from initial skepticism to genuine scientific respect. What had begun as a curious investigation was transforming into something much larger, a fundamental reimagining of biological potential. One particularly complex experiment involved introducing multiple water-based pathogens simultaneously. Human cellular samples not only survived but actively dismantled the threatening molecular structures. The implications were massive. This wasn't just about water immunity. This was about understanding how biological systems could adapt, learn, and protect themselves at a molecular level. Projection screens filled with data. Complex charts showed how human cells could instantly recognize and neutralize threats that would devastate other biological systems. The adaptability was almost Intelligent beyond simple immune responses. As artificial lighting cycled to simulate day and night, the research continued. No one wanted to stop. Each moment revealed another layer of human biological complexity. The Karelian research team communicated through sophisticated light patterns. Their excitement was evident, even without traditional emotional expressions. They were witnessing something unprecedented in galactic biological research. Hana smiled quietly. Humans had always been adaptable. Now scientific evidence was proving just how extraordinary that adaptability could be. The water remained still in its containment units. Simple liquid, complex mystery. A testament to human biological potential that would change scientific understanding forever. Another layer of human marvel had been revealed, and this was just the beginning. The Galactic Council chambers fell silent when Wu Choi stepped forward. 17 planetary systems faced total ecological collapse. Water shortages had transformed from a potential problem to an immediate catastrophe. Holographic displays showed dying worlds. Barren landscapes stretched across multiple star systems, their once vibrant ecosystems reduced to dust and desperate memories. Billions of lives hung in the balance. Wu carried a small container of water. To most species it looked unremarkable, but today it represented hope. Representatives from devastated planets watched with a mixture of desperation and skepticism. Humans had been considered a minor species just decades ago. Now they stood at the center of a potential galactic solution. The Karelian ambassador's crystalline body flickered with complex light patterns, a sign of extreme stress. Water resources had become more valuable than any known currency. Entire civilizations were on the brink of total collapse. "We have a solution," Wu said simply. His presentation began with a series of molecular demonstrations. Human water purification technology wasn't just about filtering, it was about complete environmental restoration. Where other species saw contamination, humans saw an opportunity for renewal. Projection screens showed before and after images of water sources. Planets that had been considered dead could be brought back to life. Entire ecosystems could be restored with human-developed technologies. The core of the solution was surprisingly simple. Humans had developed biological and technological methods that could transform contaminated water at a molecular level. It wasn't just cleaning, it was complete cellular reconstruction. Alien delegates leaned forward. Some moved closer to the holographic displays, their neural networks processing the incredible information. What humans presented wasn't just a temporary fix. It was a permanent solution. Water samples from the most toxic planetary environments were transformed within minutes. Pathogens disappeared. Molecular structures realigned. Life could begin again. The Galactic Council's senior members exchanged silent communications. Their light-based interactions revealed a mix of hope and disbelief. Humans were offering something beyond scientific breakthrough. They were offering survival. Wu understood the weight of the moment. Humanity had once been considered a young, insignificant species. Now, they held the key to saving entire civilizations. Technical details emerged. Human water management technologies combined biological understanding with advanced technological processes. They could restore water sources faster and more completely than any known galactic technology. One by one, planetary representatives requested detailed information. The desperate worlds, planets with populations facing total extinction, saw a glimpse of hope. The presentation continued. Each slide revealed another layer of human capability. Water wasn't just a resource. It was a living system that could be understood, managed, and restored. Complex diagrams showed how human technologies could address water challenges across different planetary environments. From desert worlds to frozen planets, the solutions seemed universal. The Karelian lead diplomat approached Wu. Traditional communication protocols were abandoned. A direct neural link established, allowing instant information transfer. What humans offered was more than technological support. It was a complete reimagining of how civilizations could manage their most critical resource. Hours passed. The initial presentation transformed into detailed technical discussions. Alien scientists began collaborating, integrating human methodologies with their own advanced technologies. The water crisis that threatened galactic stability now had a potential solution, and it came from the most unexpected source, a species that had been considered young and insignificant. Wu watched the discussions. He understood this was more than a scientific exchange. This was a moment that would redefine humanity's place in the galactic community. As artificial lighting cycled, showing the passage of time, the discussions continued. 17 planetary systems saw a path to survival. Billions of lives could be saved. The small water container remained on the presentation table, a simple liquid, a complex solution, a symbol of human potential that would change everything. The interstellar water crisis had found its solution, and humanity stood at the center of a galactic transformation. Min-Ho Lee worked silently in the collaborative research station. Alien technologies surrounded him. Complex machines that once seemed impossible now looked like simple tools waiting to be improved. The station orbited a neutral planetary system, chosen specifically for its advanced scientific infrastructure. Here, human and alien researchers worked side by side, breaking down technological barriers that had existed for centuries. Water filtration systems covered entire walls. Complex holographic interfaces displayed molecular transformations happening in real time. What used to take months of processing now happened in mere minutes. Corellian engineers watched Min-Ho's hands move across advanced interfaces. Their crystalline bodies reflected soft blue technological lights, showing intense concentration. Humans were teaching them something fundamental about resource management. Not just filtering, Min-Ho explained to a group of alien researchers. Understanding the water's living system, his demonstration was simple but profound. Where other species saw water as a resource to be controlled, humans saw it as a complex, adaptive ecosystem. Each molecular interaction told a story of survival and adaptation. Advanced scanners tracked every microscopic change. Technological interfaces translated human biological insights into universal scientific language. The collaborative effort was rewriting fundamental understanding of water management. Alien researchers brought their most complex technological systems. Min-Ho and his team would carefully examine each mechanism, finding ways to integrate human, biological understanding with advanced technological processes. The research station became a melting pot of scientific innovation. Technologies from different planetary systems merged, creating solutions that no single civilization could have developed alone. Water samples from 17 different planetary environments sat in carefully monitored containment units. Each sample represented a unique challenge, a potential solution to a galactic water crisis. Min-Ho's team had developed adaptive filtration technologies that could work across multiple environmental conditions. Desert planets, frozen worlds, toxic environments. Human technologies seemed to have a universal application. Corellian lead researchers watched with increasing excitement. Their neural networks processed the information at incredible speeds. What humans presented wasn't just a technological solution, it was a complete paradigm shift. Complex molecular structures danced across holographic displays. Human biological insights transformed how alien civilizations understood water management. Each demonstration revealed another layer of potential. The collaborative research went beyond simple technological exchange. This was a fundamental reimagining of how living systems could interact with their environment. Hours turned into days. Researchers worked without traditional time constraints. The potential of their discoveries drove them forward, pushing the boundaries of scientific understanding. Min-Ho understood the weight of their work. Humanity had gone from a minor species to a critical source of scientific innovation in just a few decades. Their unique biological capabilities were changing everything. Alien technological systems that once seemed advanced now looked primitive. Human approaches combined biological intelligence with technological precision in ways no one had previously imagined. The station's artificial environment maintained perfect conditions for research. Outside, stars continued their eternal dance. unaware of the scientific revolution happening within these carefully controlled spaces. One by one, alien civilizations began requesting detailed information. The water management technologies developed here would transform entire planetary systems. Billions of lives would be affected. Minho watched a complex filtration system transform a toxic water sample into a pristine, life-supporting resource. The process took less than 15 minutes, a task that would have taken years with previous technologies. Collaborative interfaces allowed instant information sharing. Neural networks from different species merged, creating a universal scientific language that transcended traditional communication barriers. The research station became more than a scientific facility. It was a symbol of galactic cooperation, a place where different civilizations could come together to solve fundamental challenges. As artificial lighting cycled, showing the passage of time, the work continued. Each moment revealed another layer of human scientific potential. Minho smiled quietly. What had begun as a simple understanding of water had transformed into a complete scientific revolution. The technological exchange was changing everything, and humanity stood at the center of this galactic transformation. A simple liquid, a complex solution. The future of multiple civilizations was being rewritten, one molecular interaction at a time. Una Park stood before the Universal Diplomatic Headquarters, her presence calm and steady. Behind her, holographic displays showed the transformative journey of human scientific discovery. The Galactic Council chamber remained silent. Representatives from 17 planetary systems watched with a mixture of respect and cautious wonder. Humanity had changed everything in just a few short years. Water was no longer just a resource. It had become a living system that humans understood more deeply than any known civilization. Corellian ambassadors shifted their crystalline bodies, neural networks processing the profound implications of human discoveries. Where once humans were considered a minor species, they now stood at the center of a galactic scientific revolution. Water is life, Una began, her voice clear and confident. Not just a substance to be controlled, but a complex ecosystem that adapts and survives. Holographic displays showed planetary transformations. Worlds once considered dead now flourished. Entire ecosystems restored through human water management technologies. The images told a story of extraordinary potential. The lead diplomatic representative from the Galactic Council moved closer. His translucent body reflected the complex light patterns of intense concentration. Humanity had done something unprecedented. Scientific data revealed how human biological capabilities had transformed galactic understanding. Water immunity was more than a biological curiosity. It was a fundamental approach to survival and adaptation. Projection screens displayed molecular interactions that seemed to defy previous scientific understanding. Human cellular systems processed water in ways that appeared almost intelligent. Each interaction told a story of survival. Una's presentation went beyond technical details. She explained the philosophical approach that drove human scientific innovation. Understanding was more important than controlling. Adaptation more crucial than resistance. Alien researchers who had once viewed humans with skepticism now listened with genuine respect. The collaborative research had changed everything. Humanity had become a critical source of scientific knowledge. The Universal Diplomatic Headquarters represented the pinnacle of galactic cooperation. Today, it would witness a fundamental shift in how civilizations understood biological potential. Complex diagrams showed how human water management technologies could be applied across different planetary environments. Desert worlds, frozen planets, toxic ecosystems. Nothing was beyond restoration. One by one, planetary representatives requested detailed information. The potential was extraordinary. Billions of lives could be saved. Entire civilizations could be transformed. Una understood the weight of the moment. Humanity had gone from a species considered young and insignificant to a critical source of scientific innovation. Their journey had been remarkable. The Galactic Council's communication systems hummed with intense neural interactions. Light patterns revealed a mix of excitement, respect, and profound scientific curiosity. Water samples sat carefully displayed, simple containers that now represented something much larger than themselves, a symbol of human potential and galactic cooperation. Hours passed. The initial presentation transformed into detailed scientific discussions. Collaborative interfaces allowed instant information sharing across multiple planetary systems. Minho Lee, who had led much of the technological development, stood quietly in the background. His work had made this moment possible. Humanity's unique biological capabilities had changed everything. The artificial lighting in the diplomatic headquarters created a soft, neutral environment. Outside, stars continued their eternal dance, unaware of the profound moment happening within these walls. Alien representatives began discussing potential collaborative projects. Human water management technologies would be integrated across multiple civilizations. The implications were massive. Yuna's final words resonated through the chamber. "We are not just sharing a technology," she explained. "We are sharing a way of understanding life itself." The Galactic Council's response was unprecedented. Humanity would be granted special scientific status. Their discoveries would be shared across multiple planetary systems. A moment of silence followed. Something fundamental had changed. The relationship between different galactic civilizations would never be the same. The water remained still in its carefully prepared containers. A simple liquid, a complex mystery, a symbol of human potential that would transform everything. Humanity had arrived, not through military power or economic might, but through a deep, fundamental understanding of life's most basic resource.